Do you like doing the other stuff too, like movies and things on TV shows and things along those lines?
I used to, but no,
No.
not anymore. I don't know how many. I don't know if I've done 15 or 17 little low-budget kids movies or had cameos, and God, I've done 3 ninja movies with Lonnie Anderson and Jim Varney, Muppets, 3 High Noon at Mega Mountain, where I played Dave Dragon, the superhero. I've done Gremlin movies. I've done
Baywatch.
Oh God, yeah, I was partners with the Baywatch guys. Yeah, I've, done different.
Tony
things.
has followed your career very closely.
Yeah, but it's the thing was it was the process. It's like when I first got with Vince and we took off, we did a wrestling movie called No Holds Barred. And Tiny Lester,
Yeah.
he was in it with me, and great guy, man. I love him to death. And but the thing was, other than that first wrestling movie that I did with Vince, I started doing a bunch of other movies. I did the first couple movies that New Line Cinema ever did. Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny. It's the first 2 movies I ever did. And then that guy, Jordan Belford, gave me money to do a couple of movies, that Wolf of Wall Street guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you pull up like Santa with Muscles, you can see him producer credit, So he gave me money to do Santa with Muscles and another movie. But I did like...
Did you get a chance to talk to that guy?
No, I never did. No, I take that back. I did meet him one time. Met him one time at the Grand Havana Room. And with Brian and Stan Schuster, who were running the Grand Havana Room in Beverly Hills. I didn't know who he was, and I was talking to him. And they said, oh, this is the guy that put the money up. And I did meet him. But, that was the only time. I didn't have a conversation or anything. But
I would like to know how much of that movie was made up and how much of that was real.
That movie was great.
Like, were you really that out of control? That was a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
My problem was, even when I did American Gladiators with Layla Ali, at the Sony soundstage, they would have my RV on the side of the soundstage. You'd be in makeup at 5:30 in the morning, and you know how it is, and then all of a sudden it's getting dark, and they've used you for 5 minutes. I couldn't stand the process.
Right.
The whole time I was thinking about, I could be out
doing a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, especially the wrestling,
Yeah.
to walk away from that type of intensity and that type of money, to be locked in an RV all day, I couldn't handle it, man.
Well, I think if there's one thing, the way like maybe you or I might look at it, because it's just a thing we do kind of on the side, like sometimes do it. But for those people, like that's like game day. This is what they actually want to do. Like, I don't have that desire for it.
I'm on your
like
team.
They do. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm glad that they do. That there's people out there that live for that, because I like watching movies. But I would imagine for you, part of the thing would be like trying to pick what to say yes to, because you probably have so many different kind of ideas coming at you.
Yeah, it's a little different. I mean, I've had the same agent, Peter Young, for over 40 years.
Wow.
And at the time, my attorney, Henry Holmes, that we were like a team. And I think the reason Peter's still my agent is because I say no to everything. Because after, the great life I've had, in the entertainment business, I just love being on the beach, man. I said, can't we get Joe Rogan to come to us, man? Is that possible? So, so I mean, that's my mindset. I just hate leaving the beach.
You just like relaxing now.
Well, not even that. It's just, it's kind of like my girl that's with me now. It's like she understands, and it took a while until you have to experience it, comprehend it. Everybody has like a Hulk Hogan story, and it's true. Now she goes, I get it. Everybody does. And she's like, people come and say, hey, man, my dad just wanted to say hello to you. He played played basketball in Venice Beach with you for 5 years. Tell your dad I said hello and I still love him. I haven't played basketball a day in my life. Or my dad grew up with you. I grew up in Tampa, Florida. Or my dad grew up in Tampa, Florida with you. And he's the one that taught you how to lift weights. And so tell your dad I love him, man, and I can't wait to see him again. I never lived in Venice Beach,
Right.
But it's kind of like those stories come along,
Yeah.
Like, do you remember riding next to me 15 years ago on an Eastern airline from here to LaGuardia? Yeah, brother, how you doing, man? The one that kills me, the 40-year-old guys come up to me and go, do you remember me? You met me when I was 7 years old. I'm like, dude, you look a little bit different now than when you were 7. You got a full beard and everything. So, but it's cool, though, because people are so nice and respectful. And most people are really, really honestly just really nice people.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. You know, there's very few idiots out there.
Yeah,
Most
it
people-
is amazing.
Yeah, it's just most people
It's just
are really
there's
nice.
so many of us that you hear about the idiots, you know, and they do exist. But there's so many of us that you hear about it, so that it's like, you know, statistically pretty small number of people. It becomes the thing that everybody concentrates on all the time, and it gives you a distorted perspective of people, of the human
Yeah.
race. Like I mean, it's like driving a car. Driving a car is dangerous, yeah, but it's pretty amazing how good everybody is at it. It's pretty amazing that
Yeah.
most days you can get around and never see an accident.
Yeah.
I mean, you're dealing with so many cars. There's thousands of cars that you see every day if you live in a city. And most days you don't see an accident. Like the vast majority of days you don't see accidents. You know,
No, that's amazing.
you might see one that had already happened, but how many do you actually see?
Right.
In your whole life, you might see like a dozen, you know? It's kind of crazy because it's a difficult task that everybody gets. I think it's just easy to get cynical when you pay attention to bad shit. And that's
Yeah,
the news
agreed.
has always given us bad shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we always have things to worry about. And now they're talking about there's a new strain of the virus we have to be really scared of. I'm like, ugh. It's like every day. It's like new problems
Yeah.
from all over the world, and you're inundated by it.
Yeah,
And so it's very difficult for people to just kind of chill out.
Yeah, it's amazing because the stuff I was looking at this saying, well, everybody's going to start wearing masks and we're going to isolate and,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, there's some college just reinstated a mask mandate, which is like, oh my God, you people, you're loving this. It doesn't even make any sense. Because if you're a college, that would mean you're an institute for higher education. If you're an institute for higher education, wouldn't you be paying attention to the latest data?
Oh, yeah.
And if you were, you would realize that masks don't have a significant impact. That's not statistically significant. It doesn't work. And especially like regular ones. If you have like one of those K95 and whatever the fuck they are, and it's tightly fitted, that'll provide you with some protection. Also, you're not supposed to wear it more than an hour a day. They're saying it's not healthy to just breathe through this fucking cloth thing all day. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just insane that these people want to give back into this mania again. It's like they miss it. It's weird, right?
It is. It is. It's a weird victim embracing mentality.
It's almost like people who run a 100-mile race, and after they're done, they're like, "I'm never doing that again." And then 2 weeks later, they're like, "I'm gonna do another one." It's like they want to
Yeah.
experience something.